It's time to begin registering for the 2014-2015 school year. You're almost to your senior year. We want next year to be fabulous for you, and that begins with a great schedule. You'll want to listen closely. A correct schedule hangs in the balance, and we want to make certain you have everything you need for graduation. There are several issues for you as seniors, and we want to make sure you're aware of each. You may be wondering if pre-registration forms really matter. As you've heard in the past, they do. There are several reasons why. The master schedule, which is the schedule we create with classes in specific blocks, is based on what you write on your pre-registration form. We work hard to make certain there are as few conflicts as possible. For example, if several students write on their pre-registration form that they want to be in both AP Biology and Advanced Drama, we will do our best to make sure they're not scheduled at the same time. If your form is not accurate, we may create conflicts for you simply because we didn't know they existed. When possible, we make space in classes based on the number of students that selected a course. If you don't have a course listed on your pre-registration form, there may not be a space for you in that class. Making sure your pre-registration form accurately lists all the classes you would like to take is critical. If you read your recent email, you saw that there's a major change to our senior English program. For many years, the thesis has been an appropriate piece of work that prepared students for their future. However, as we have researched what is expected for incoming freshmen at colleges and universities around the country, we've recognized the need for change. One issue we're addressing is the need to experience the various types of academic writing and analytical thinking you will encounter at universities. This includes a variety of writing assignments and responding to a range of different texts, not just literature. Students need to learn using a number of different genres of academic writing. Students are also using presentation and debate skills in multiple classes throughout their high school experience. Senior speech is no longer necessary for an entire block for 18 weeks. Instead, speech should focus on what will be necessary moving forward into life and college experiences. Now for the change. Speech will run for 9 weeks during Flex. This is in place of the thesis cohort. All seniors will take one term of a composition class, working on a variety of written experiences mentioned before. Seniors will continue taking English 12 or AP English Literature. As you can see, seniors are not adding an additional requirement. Instead, there has been a shift in the courses previously required. In case you're concerned, it will be manageable if you decide to take both English 12 and composition at the same time. Because you will have an entire course focusing on writing, English 12 will be more discussion-based than in the past. Another noteworthy change is that mock trial will count as your speech requirement any time you take it in your high school experience. Therefore, if you've had mock trial or mock trial foundations before, you will not need to take speech during the Flex. If you do indeed need speech for 9 weeks during Flex, you may be asking what you should do for the rest of the block. There are many options for Flex, and we have most of them listed here. Let's look at them one at a time. Line 1. You may choose speech semester 1, the first 9 weeks of school, and take C.S. Lewis with Mr. Stickle the rest of the year during Flex. Line 2. You may take speech semester 1, have a late arrival semester 2, and take a half-year class for the second half of the year. Classes that run half of the year are listed on the back of your pre-registration form. For almost all Flex block classes, you must attend the first portion of the class. It rarely works to hop in halfway through a course. Line 3. You may start the year with a late arrival, take speech second semester, and have a half-year Flex block class semesters 3 and 4. Lines 5 and 6. You may choose to begin the year with a fall Flex block class. You could have speech either semester 3 or semester 4. Line 7. C.S. Lewis students may also choose speech 4th semester. Keep in mind you do not have to take a late arrival. There are many options. If you're running into conflicts, just set up a time to talk with Mrs. Neild. So, how do I pre-register for my choices? Look at the bottom portion of your pre-registration form. If you need speech, you will choose one row to complete, A, B, C, or D. Look at which row you would like to have speech in. This is the row you will complete. You will not complete any other row. Simply fill out what you want for each semester. If you do not need speech, fill in line E with the classes you would like to take during Flex. Let's look at a few examples of this form. Here is an example of a student who chose speech first semester and C.S. Lewis for the rest of the year. Here the student chose a late arrival first semester, speech second semester, and studio art third and fourth semesters. In this final example, a student has already fulfilled the speech requirement by taking mock trial. They have asked for psychology during the fall Flex and AP Physics review during the spring Flex. The top portion of your pre-registration form is pretty straightforward. You choose from the required classes listed, then select 4 full block elective classes. Elective options are listed on the back of your pre-registration form. During your college lunch meeting with Mrs. Lewis, you received a form stating what classes you will need for graduation. Make certain you include these courses on your pre-registration form. If you've not had your college lunch meeting, you will need to sign up for one with Mrs. Lewis immediately. Here are a few items you'll want to note. Although 3 years of math and science are required for graduation, 4 of each is strongly recommended. In order to attend any state college in Washington, you must have a math-based science, physics or chemistry, or a math class in your senior year. If you've completed pre-calculus, this meets the requirement for colleges regardless of the year you completed it. Colleges across the country are very interested in seeing math and science in your senior year. They do look at the classes you choose to take your final year in high school, so choose wisely. Students in AP Government or AP Physics will need to take the AP Review during the spring Flex block. This will ensure all of the information can be covered before the test in May. Please see Mrs. Neild if you plan to take both. For anyone interested, there will be a Calculus Study Review in the spring Flex. If you participate in Living Faith, you will need to put choir in the Flex during the term you are not in Living Faith. If you find you have other required courses that are in conflict with one another, meet with Mrs. Neild to work toward a solution. Pre-registration forms must be turned into the main office by Thursday, March 27th at 3 p.m. If your form is late, you will be registered last for classes. All application decisions, including AP, honors, and arts courses, will be emailed to you on March 21st. Please wait to turn in your forms until you have received these decisions. This will make certain your pre-registration forms are correct. Math recommendations will also be emailed on March 21st. Please make sure you sign up for the math class you're recommended for. If you want to take a math class other than the one you're recommended for, you must see a math teacher for a waiver form. Be sure to talk with Mrs. Neild before March 27th if you have any questions. Just a reminder, a link to this presentation, along with pre-registration forms and class descriptions, will be emailed home today. Please review these slides, and if you still have questions, make an appointment with Mrs. Neild. We're happy to help with planning or clarification, so stop by any time. Have a great day.